Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk Pause with M and B. I am M,
And I'm B.
and today we'll be talking about parenting, and we want to really hit on some vital topics. And before that, don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube, M and B Real Talk Pause with M and B on TikTok. We are on TikTok as Real Talk Pause with M and B, and also we have our YouTube, the YouTube channel. I just said already. We also have our WhatsApp channel M&B, and feel free to go check out some of our contents on YouTube. And if you have any questions to ask regarding this relationship topics, we are here for you. This is why this podcast was made in the first place. We talk about facts, we talk about reality of life, we talk about events that have to do with your everyday existence. So, having
Mhm.
said that, B, my love, we have to talk about parenting. So,
Parenting.
first, yeah.
Wow. It's a touchy subject because there's
Mhm.
so many forms of parenting these days. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people parent very differently from each other, and there's some are more stricter and some are more free. Um, but I think in our end goal as parents is that as long as our children are safe, that's our priority. We want our children to be safe. We want them to be role models, so we want them to be a blessing to the community, not headaches to the community.
In short, in
um
short, in short, we want our kids to grow up in the fear and the knowledge of God, to have
Amen.
the
Of
upright,
course.
proper upbringing. So,
Hmm.
yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. And so in a world where um there's so much going on,
Yeah,
temptation
yeah,
and play just things that are scary out there that you
yeah,
want to protect your children from. But you have to understand as a parent that eventually our children will grow up
yeah.
and they will become themselves adults.
Mm,
Um, and you pray and you hope that everything that you've tried to drill into them and teach them um, in their life will hopefully stick, and they use that knowledge,
mm.
to go out into the real world, to make right decisions, to make friends with the right people, um, respectful to the authorities, to law, to, abide. What is it called?
Abide by the law.
Yeah, be good citizens. Be, how I said before, a blessing to the community, not
Okay.
headaches. So, in saying that, um, parenting methods. You know, do we smack? Don't we smack? Is it the timeouts, which I heard a lot of about. You're going to time out. You're going to sit there for 5 minutes, and you can't move. And I've seen children just like crying the whole time. And so, anyway, so parenting
Let's
methods.
take it one after the other, B, okay?
Mhm.
Um Talking about spanking or not spanking, right? And I don't want to get too religious because
Mm,
I know a lot of people be like, okay, he's speaking. Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm proud of my religion and I always represent who I am. I'm proud of
yeah.
my culture. It's not a religion, like I said, it's a culture. Christianity is a culture. So I'll simply say the
Amen.
Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, that when he grows up, he will never depart from it.
Yes.
So when you talk about spanking, now let's correct that impression. When we
Hmm.
say spanking or no spanking, if a child misbehaves, if a child goes contrary to the instructions of the parents, it is only
Hmm.
proper that a parent corrects, rebukes a child. And there are forms and ways to rebuke a child. You understand? It could be by
Yeah.
words and say, listen, stop that. You're being naughty. Stop it.
Mhm.
Or it could be you practically restraining the child from having some benefits or some access to some things the child naturally has access to, just to correct the child. Like,
Yes.
the white man will say, you're grounded. You're grounded. Good. You ground the child a week. 2 days, 1 month, as the spirit leads, as a parent. But you're not doing it out of hatred. Remember, this is your child.
Yeah,
Whatever discipline you give to a child, that this kids grow up with this knowledge. Know that
that's correct.
what
Yes.
I did was wrong. So for dad, for mom to have done this to me, it means I wasn't doing something right.
Mm, mm,
I wasn't getting it
exactly.
right. So spanking is not a bad thing. It depends on how or who is spanking who
Mm,
and
mm.
how the spanking takes place. Let me give you an example. If a child misbehaves in school and probably the teacher teaching the child normally gives these kids 3 strokes of the cane in the hand just to correct or say
Yeah,
you're wrong. And it's not like she's flogging the child into probably tearing their skin and you see blood and stuff. No.
yeah, mm,
But when you spank a child, it hurts. They feel the pain.
yeah,
Okay, my lack of retentiveness or distraction or my lack of or my act of disobedience led to this action. So therefore, I won't do it
yeah,
next time. That's why you
exactly,
flog a child. But in the process,
exactly.
the teacher also tries to use the other hand to corner the child and say, listen, this is why I flogged you. You did not
Mm,
do this right. You did not get this right.
yes,
So I had to spank you. So it's not out of hatred. It's out of love.
exactly. And that's why well, that's why there's like I believe in spanking up to a certain age. Children, they don't, they're learning. Okay. And so
Yeah.
how you said with a spank, they'll remember, say, okay,
Yeah.
last time I did something wrong, I
I
got
received a
spanked.
spanking.
I'm not going to do it again. Now, I got spanked as a child. And I actually remember, this is showing how old I am, the cane still at
Mm.
primary school. And I remember I did get whacked across the hand
Mm.
a few times because I wouldn't shut. I,
I can imagine.
I was
we
very,
all we all had that experience. Trust me, we all did. We all
I
had that
was a
experience.
chatterbox. Yes,
Mm.
I was a chatterbox. So I still remember that. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I would still sometimes forget and I'd be like, yeah, talking and, talking with friends and whatever. Anyway, but I remember that, I remember getting spanked, even with my parents.
Yeah.
Um, I'm fine, you know. They say these days it's like it's psychological and all that stuff. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's
It's
teaching
not.
them that they've done something wrong. There's a consequence and they'll know not to do it again.
I mean, B, sorry to cut you short. A child is a child. A child cannot
Mhm.
process the entirety of your actions when
Exactly.
they're
Their
young.
brain is still developing.
Yeah, but as the child is growing, gradually, the child is absorbing the knowledge. The knowledge you as a parent is trying to impute into that child. So when a child grows
Yeah.
up and is of age, now that we're of age, we know that, oh, wow. Okay, now we know why our parents were spanking us. They were
Mm-hmm.
protecting us for the bigger danger. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When you're correcting your child from doing something, you're preventing the child from an everlasting spanking. Like
Yeah.
how do I put it? When you rebuke a child
Yes.
temporary, momentarily, you're protecting that child from an everlasting rebuke. It could be
Mm-hmm.
by
It's true.
condemnation to jail. It could be going to
Mm-hmm.
juve. Then he
Mm-hmm.
gets there. He starts seeing that, oh my goodness, if my parent has taught me the right things, I shouldn't be here in the first place.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have taken those
Exactly.
spot. If I know what I should have learned, if I've learned the right things from when I was a child, probably I wouldn't have gone into drugs. If I have learned the
Mm-hmm.
right things I'm supposed to have learned when I was young, probably I wouldn't have been a thief. I wouldn't have carried arms to go rob. If I have learned
Mm-hmm.
the right things I'm supposed to have learned as a child, I would have known that it is wrong to abuse a child. It is wrong
Exactly.
to rape someone. It is wrong to do some evil things that you see adults grow into and
Yeah.
consider it as a way of life.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And in the end, we're building them up, how I
yeah,
said before, to
yeah,
be a blessing to the community.
exactly.
If they respect you as parents, they will respect you. They will respect the police. They
Mm-hmm.
will respect
Yeah,
authority
the
in work,
society, the
their
authority.
boss,
Yeah,
things like that. Older
yes,
people, I mean, we were taught we had to respect our elders, open a door for someone that
yeah.
is older than us, give a seat. You don't see that
No,
these days.
not anymore. Not
You don't
anymore.
see that these days. It's
Not
very
anymore.
rare.
It's a
And
shame,
so
though.
I find that it's our responsibility with our children to drill that into them,
Mm,
respect,
respect.
discipline, because then I don't want our children to be followers. I want them to be leaders.
Mm.
Because if they are followers, then yes, they will easily go to the bad friends, the drugs, the alcohol, and everything that comes.
B, sorry to cut you short. I remember
Mm,
a certain thing that happened when I was young. My dad, now you guys shouldn't laugh over this because this is real. If you laugh,
mm,
seriously, you have to really think about this because at some point when I was young, it wasn't funny. When I was growing up, it
mm,
wasn't funny, B. So my dad, I did something. I was corrected by one of my aunts who never really gave me any impression that she likes me, but she's always quick to correct me, to rebuke me whenever I do something. And I started feeling like, why does this woman hate me so much? So at a young and at a tender age, I think I was barely 9 or thereabout 10.
okay.
And then I was at the back of my aunt after she told me, get out of this place. I went at the back. Now in my country, when you put out your hand this way, it's like you're telling someone, um, you're cursing someone. This is like saying, I hate you.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
hate you. I hate you. You know. So and she did that to me because you can't actually say it out. So we have to express it. I went to her back, and then but the thing there is that I thought I actually went to her back, only for me to say I hate you, and my mom was right in the kitchen, look at seeing me. So the moment I
Oh.
said I hate you, mom was like, "What did you do?" My mom just called my dad. Said, "This boy,
Mm.
I just called this kid cursing his aunt." And my dad whooped. Now let me explain the whooping, so you understand what the difference between whooping of ass and spanking. In case you think spanking is flogging, baby. Now this is what
Yeah.
happened. My dad went to his room. He has this cable, this electrical cable, the strong local electrical cable. He brought it.
Ah,
He
I'm
he
just
brought out.
cringing.
He brought out the cable. He twisted this cable like he had to plait the cable like how ladies
Mm,
weave their hair. He had to plait
mm-hmm,
this cable. My dad told my mom to hold me. He used my mom's belt because my mom is a retired custom officer, so she has a lot of belts. So my mom used
mm,
her belt to hold me on one hand on a tree, one of the trees behind the house, and hold me on the other hand. So I couldn't. There's no way I could escape. So as little I
mm.
was, they jacked me and hung me on that tree. And my dad pulled down my pants and whooped living hair out of my ass.
Ah,
Now, two things would have happened after that day. I can't even tell you how many strokes they gave to me that day because yeah, it was the whooping of
of a
the
lifetime.
season of a lifetime. So after they left me there after a while, after spanking me, they left me there. And then my mom came and then released me because she started feeling emotional and all that. My point
Mm,
is, I had two things would have happened that day. Is either I hated my parents for life and never have to forget that sin, or I learned from my actions. So after spanking me, I was still crying. In my heart, I was still upset that I was treated that way. Only for
yeah,
my mom to come back and tell me, we are your parents. I bore you
yeah,
in this stomach. I can never kill my
yeah.
child. But at the same time, I
Yes.
will never watch any of my child to grow into a rogue child. If you can start
Yes.
at this age
Yes.
to start cursing your aunt, what do you think
Exactly.
will become of you when you're of age as a man?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah.
Instantly, as little as I was, it clicked.
Yeah.
Instead of me hating, I became sober. And I said, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
mom, I won't do it again. I said, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, mom, I won't do it again. He said, don't tell me sorry. Go and tell your dad sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's your dad's sister. I
Yeah.
went to dad, I said, Dad, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. He said, get out of my face.
Mm.
And then after a while, he calls me. He said, you're a man. That's why I treated you like a man. You're supposed to be protecting your family, not stabbing them from behind. And what I did was an act
Mm.
of betrayal.
Yeah.
Crossing someone from behind is an act of betrayal, which means
Mm-hmm.
if I had a knife, I would have
Stabbing back.
stabbed that from
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
So now I learned this a hard way and as a growing child. Two options that I had, either to hate my family, disown my family, get useless, and probably by now I should be on some random cell, wasting away, or have some rogue life.
Mm.
But I chose the right way, the way that my parents have always told me, listen, you've got to learn to honor your parents, your aunts. And that's what helps a child grow.
Yes. Yeah.
When you honor people,
And
you
in the
obey
end,
them.
as parents, we're not looking at just the moment of discipline. We're looking at the future.
The future,
We
yes.
want them to have a great future,
Word.
to be confident in themselves that they can make the right decisions, they can make the right friends, they can be watching the right things on their iPad, on TV.
And they tell
They
you,
don't
babe,
fall victim to
so
that.
many, yes, my love. Sorry to cut you short, my love. So many judgmental situations that I've seen. I
Mm-hmm.
hear people say, why would a parent spank the child like that?
Yeah.
Why would you flog a child like that? Are you sure you're the father or the mother of this child? I doubt it.
Mm.
Like, shut up.
Yes,
You
we do it
sound
because we love them.
you sound abnormal when you say this things. Because
Exactly.
I mean, how would the child learn if you don't teach? And if you're defining teaching, teaching has a lot to do with forming,
Yes. And it has to
developing.
come, sorry,
Yes,
baby, it has to come from us.
yes,
I don't want an iPad or the TV programs teaching my son how to be
good.
a good person, or to do the right thing. No, I want it to come from me. It has to come
Yes,
from home, because the way we teach them, the way we discipline when they go out there, that means they're representing us.
yes, sir. You're right.
They're representing us as parents. How have we
They
disciplined?
they are only reflecting
How
us
have we brought them up?
out there. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And we want the
Honestly,
best.
honestly, I would love to really go on with this conversation, but B, my love, what is the last thing you would want to point out concerning this parenting thing?
I think in conclusion, it's we have to take back our own authority as parents now
Hmm.
into
Take
a
back,
world that is
take back.
trying to take that away.
Take note,
Because
take note, guys. This is powerful. She said, "We've got to take back because we've lost it.
we are losing, as
We are
parents,
losing
we are
it.
losing authority over our children, and I will not allow that.
Word. We
We,
won't.
as
Personally,
parents,
we will not allow that.
will
Never.
not allow that.
Oh,
No.
none of my kids
So
are gonna.
let's take back. Exactly. Let's take our parenting back. Let's take our roles back as parents.
Yes.
Take it back what God has created.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah,
Powerful. Take back. That's the word for tonight. Ladies and
that's
gentlemen,
it.
thank you so much. B, you never
Always a
cease
pleasure.
to amaze me. I love you so much.
I love you.
Honestly, to be honest, guys, tonight, let's just give you guys the truth. We didn't feel like doing this. I didn't feel like doing this podcast because I was a little bit down. But this blessing that God has given to me always energizes me. And talking about parenting, even our wives can be a perfect tool of upliftment to we fathers. That's a topic for another day. We'll talk about how fathers should handle kids and how mothers should handle kids on the next segment. So, having said that, I love you, my angel. I love you so
I
much
love
from the
you.
bottom of my heart. And
Oh my.
we're going to really have to come back and nail some points on parenting.
Yes.
This is Real Talk Pause with M and B, and I am M.
And I'm B.
And thank you so much for joining us. And please, one more thing, please endeavor to go straight to our YouTube, subscribe on our page, encourage us so that
Yep.
this message could reach out to so many people out there. Let's
Yeah.
help homes, let's help marriages, let's help parents, let's help kids.
Yeah.
And on this show, very soon, you guys are gonna be seeing what our real intentions are. We really want to introduce some beautiful concepts on how to make our lives and our children's lives better in this time and age of technology,
Mm-hmm.
in this era.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to do that. So thank you so much for being
Yes.
here with us. Thank you, B, for also being here with us. Because there won't be any real talk pods without you. And I love you all so much. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I love you guys.
I
Thank you
love
for
you.
joining us. Subscribe on our page,
Thank you.
YouTube, Real Talk Pods with M&B, on TikTok, Real Talk Pods with M&B,
Make
on
sure on YouTube you
yes,
click that little bell so you get the
please,
notifications when we've
please,
uploaded a new video.
please click on that little bell, you know, for you to keep up with us. Yes, just like she said. I'm just trying to
Mm-hmm.
repeat it, I just want to feel like I know what, yeah, what she said. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.